I don't actually know if I'm here until my existence is validated by others.
I get it.
And after last week's tech snafus,
Yeah.
I have less faith in anything.
Same. Same.
But we will persevere.
That's
and
why
press
I
on.
didn't launch all the software until we're ready to do this.
Quick question. Did you turn off the thing that makes the camera?
Absolutely.
Woohoo! Okay, so here we go. Hello.
Hi.
Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our weekly live stream. We record our podcast, the audio version of which hits all major podcast apps every Friday. We are here 9 minutes early. If you're here for the live stream, and don't like idle chit chat, you got a few minutes to go do what you need to do. If you're here after the live stream, but before I put in timestamps and you don't like idle chit chat, fast forward by about 9 minutes.
Yeah.
I said the thing.
What she said.
Like I knew all the words or something.
You did.
Sort of.
Yeah, kind of, maybe.
Gonna say hi to folks.
Okay.
Hi, Kitty. Hi, Base Eats. Hi, Claire. Hi, Rara. And thank you for validating my existence. Hi, Bunny.
I'm missing something.
Your drink?
Yes.
Did you? I never did ask you if you needed a drink.
No, you didn't.
Should I go get you a drink?
You can get it off of my desk.
Okay, I will.
Good girl.
Do you have enough drink in there?
Let me see.
Well, professionals here, y'all.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Hi, Lady Bledding. So, just for anybody who cares, it's okay if you don't. Our shirts are linked below. JB's comes from the Loving BDSM Etsy shop. Mine comes from my Etsy shop. It's all linked below. Hi, Pat Venus. What have we got going on for the butt rub?
Rubbing butts?
I mean, I wish somebody was rubbing my butt right now. Yeah, most of the stuff there is to like do updates on, that's a bonus section thing. We'll just tell everybody all at the same time.
Yeah. Because there is some stuff to talk about. Lola had her visit to the
Ophthalmologist.
Yep. And got that squared away, and just all kinds of stuff happening and going on.
Yeah. I am still a disorganized mess who can't seem to get things done in the day. I don't know how to solve that. I'm blaming it on the chaos. I'm not good with the routine being as disrupted as it has been. Like it really, and it happens at the beginning of the year. I think it's probably like this for us every year. And it always sends me into a tailspin, and then things will calm down. We'll get through all of like the first of the year appointments, and we'll settle into like a groove and a routine again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm struggling. Especially once I go into waiting mode, it's like, oh, you have an appointment in 4 hours. Yes, you could do things, but you can't do things. You have to just wait for your time for the thing. I hate it. Bunny, I'm glad. I actually like saying it. That's why I say it the way I do. I feel like saying Pat Venus replaces the way I used to say lube. And that was a thing.
Yes, that's right.
God, the lore of Loving BDSM is wild. Like,
Yep.
I don't remember 90% of it. But the things I remember, like, it's weird. It's random.
Yeah.
No, in some ways it is quiet around here.
It is.
You know.
Yeah.
We went and saw the oldest over the weekend to take him to like the grocery store and get some stuff done. And that's been nice, but mostly it's just nothing, no major drama, thank God. Like I'm not inviting it into my life.
No drama, but
just,
yeah, we've had stuff happening.
Yeah, it's just it's a go that I don't like. I don't want to do it.
Since we're still in the butt rub, I'm just going to adjust the lights a little bit.
Okay. I would not be mad if you turned on a fan or two, because I am very warm. We're not even in Florida's typical version of February. It's warm for February right now, which makes me a little nervous for
what's coming.
Yeah. I don't know. We're hoping not to have the tech issue from last week, but thanks to Silent Wing for grabbing that audio for us, we were able to have something for the podcast listeners to listen to. And yeah, the sound quality was fine. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hope we don't have the technical difficulties. Definitely.
No.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bunny, I would kill for 70-degree
Right?
weather. I'm sure that is warm for where you're at. We're in the 80s right now. It's like, oh, it's not quite fully humid, but it's a little humid.
Yeah, no, the humidity is not bad, and at least we go down into the low 60s, upper 50s at night.
Mm-hmm. There's just certain points of the day where it gets a little warmer than others, but no, I mean, the weather for us has been beautiful. We've had a couple of overcast days, and mornings have been really foggy, but like it's sunshine out there. It's beautiful.
Sun is bright out there.
And if you were outside moving and doing things, it probably wouldn't be so bad because it's kind of the pleasant temperature that most of us are here for.
Yep.
But y'all don't keep y'all snow, y'all. I've never been so glad to no longer live in the Panhandle as I was when I saw all the footage of the snow building up in Pensacola. I was like, no.
I don't miss the snow.
Hey, Silent.
Growing up in upstate New York in the Catskills, man, we saw our share of snow, and I don't miss driving in it.
Oh, God, I can't imagine.
Having to put on the snow tires, and then when it got real bad, putting chains and having sandbags and concrete blocks in the trunk for weight, and I don't miss it.
I'm already anxious enough because Florida drivers don't know how to drive. I cannot imagine also traversing snow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bunny asked if we're still doing silly mental health walks. For me, they have changed because when when two medical professionals tell the 15-year-old, you need to move your body more, it is like not just the obvious health stuff, but like for mental health and stuff. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to push this and make this happen. So he and I are on a walking schedule together. It's not quite the same as when I was walking either with JB first thing in the morning or when I walk by myself, but it's good. I need the movement too, quite frankly. But I'm not been consistent in months. I love it when I go for a walk. It's the getting up and going out. Also, I desperately need new sneakers. The sneakers I have, like there's no longer any structure to them. I don't think you're supposed to feel the ground through New Balance walking or running shoes. I don't think you are. I think there's supposed to be a sole there on the bottom, and it's time I need new shoes.
And me, I have not been mental health walking.
No, but you've been doing other things.
I've been doing other things. I have gotten back, been starting doing Tai Chi in the morning. Slowly getting back into the rhythm with that. It's been a little difficult. Been staggered starts and stops, but getting there.
Do you feel like you notice, I don't have a specific type in mind, but do you feel like you notice any kind of difference, whether it's mental or physical or anything?
Yeah, I do. It's for me, I enjoy the slow, soft stretches. I think it kind of helps me wake up a little bit in the morning, and I'm not saying it just kind of like freshens my brain.
Yeah, I could use something like that.
Yeah.
I love the walks when the weather is the perfect Florida 70-degree weather. And of course I'm over here going, oh, I guess I just have to wait for that weather, and we live on planet Earth.
Yeah.
The year of our Lord 2025 and climate change, so there's no such thing anymore. I don't know. It looks like we're probably going to get a walking pad because once summer hits, nobody's walking. And unless we start getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning again, and maybe we could if we felt like it, but
we'd have to get to sleep earlier.
Right. But yeah, I think we're going to get a walking pad so like everybody can use it, because the kid needs to walk. We need to just move. Like whatever it is, we just need to move. So, okay, it is 101, so we definitely need to get started.
Yep.
You're poised, and I haven't quite got us there yet.
I know.
Oh, okay.
But I'm
poised.
I'm getting myself ready. All right.
So, as you can tell from the title, I'm not even sure I'm using quite the best words to express what we're trying to do here. We needed something lighthearted because the world is on fire. So lately we've been having these little, I would normally say we're fussing at one another, but these little arguments, a little bit of conflict that aren't really, and they're silly, and some of them tie directly to our power exchange. And so I thought we'd talk about it. See if anybody else can even possibly relate. I just need to know I'm not the only one. So if you enjoy this while you're watching it, we love a thumbs up. If you like it enough to want to come back for more, please consider subscribing.
And ring that notification bell to get updates and new content.
Just do what Daddy says. Also, if you see the shirts we're wearing and you're like, ooh, I like those, the links are down below. The links are down below. And I think that's it, and you can hit the button.
Okay. Well, now we'll know in a second here.
Okay.
Looking good.
Hopefully no more technical issues for the podcast. Okay, so the main and the only and the most important announcement is just a reminder that we are still in our 2025 Patreon membership drive. Why do I give so much time? Because people have money come in and out at really weird times, and I want to give everybody an opportunity. But as of the date of recording, February 5th, there are 10 days left if you want to take advantage of the membership drive. So why should you join during the membership drive? Well, if you are a member as of February 15th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern on the drive-ins, you will receive something extra and special for being a member during the membership drive. If you are in the $2 and $5 tiers, you will get at no charge the brand new communication and power exchange workbook that I am still working on. Won't have been released yet. You won't have to pay anything extra for it. You'll just get it. And actually everybody gets that, because if you're in the $10 tier, you get that, but you also get our 10th anniversary exclusive enamel pin, P-I-N, pin. We're actually going to place that order probably this week. I'm having to do estimates based on how many folks there are, but I'm not going to be mad if I have to put in a separate order, like a second one. It'll be okay. But we're getting that early because I don't know if where we get our pins made, they're having to change some things because, you know, countries are in trade wars right now. And a lot of things come from China. So that'll be interesting. So, yeah, we're going to try and get those ordered, but that is your opportunity if you join during the membership drive. The other perk, potentially, of joining during the membership drive is you can get 2 months free if you sign up as an annual member, which means you pay once and they get access for a year. The 2 months free is you pay for 10 months, you get 12 months of access. Everybody who joins our Patreon gets access to our Discord server, you can join us in game night or movie night. We alternate each month between one of those. And we do a behind the scenes podcast episode each month, where this year we're focusing on our power exchange and how things are developing. It's a little bit more personal. There might be things we don't share that we wouldn't share here, that we would share there. If you join at the $5 tier, you get access to JB reading bedtime stories and me learning how to edit podcasts. The first episode of that came out at the very end of January. It was very short, though we are hoping they'll be longer, but yeah, that's happening. And then if you're in the $10 tier, you get access to every digital workbook, planner sheet, coloring book product that we ever make at no additional charge. So, link is in the places. that's all I can think to say about that. We hope you can join us if you're able. We understand if you are not able to do that. Like, that's not in your budget. Dude, we get it. If you ever want to just, like, help out the channel, help us out, help us keep being weirdos on the internet who try to help other kinksters, just share, like, an episode that helped you, or, you know, mention us to your kink friends or whatever. And that is truly, truly helpful. So that's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
And we will get into what I hope is a lighthearted episode, because I think we could all use it. I think we can all use it. It's a little chaotic out there.
Yep.
So, these are not, I call them conflicts, I call them arguments. They're really, really not. When we're talking about them amongst ourselves, I say that we're fussing at one another, because I'm Southern, and that's a term we use is
Yes,
fussing, okay?
Yes, it is.
They are never at the level of genuine frustration, like we have to go into separate rooms and cool off.
No.
Typically, often it's me, but not always, one of us breaks the tension, we end up laughing at ourselves because we're being silly. But I have noticed that there are at least two that feel very much like power exchangey. I'm sure it can transfer to other types of relationships. I'm sure it does. But these, for me, are very specific to our power exchange. And I just thought we'd talk about it. We'd, dissect it a little bit, because I like to do things like that, because I am a weirdo on the internet with a microphone. And we'll just keep it light. Hell, this might be I might have everything I need to say in 20 minutes. I don't know. I might go 2 hours. May the odds be ever in your favor. I don't know. I did
Should I got a pillow and I take a nap?
You're part of the conversation. Are we going to do one of these silly little conflicts in front of everybody? That's one. Where I feel like I have to be a little, not assertive. That's word, not aggressive, assertive. And he just laughs. And then I get like, am I coming across as too assertive? This was not on my notes, but there we go. Am I being too assertive? He's laughing. So clearly I was not. But also, I'm not comfortable talking to anybody like that. But also now I'm frustrated, because come on, could we get on the same page?
Go ahead.
So I did try to take notes, because these happen at really random times and relatively infrequently, so they're not top of mind. They're not we're not like having like a check-in with one another after these. Like, it's not to that level. It is just people being silly. So let's do the first one that actually inspired this
okay. All right.
So we're talking about a thing. It could be picking a movie to watch. It could be where do we want to go for lunch. It could be a thing we're going to do, okay? And we each have a different thing. Like, we would each choose something different. But JB is the decider. And so I do a thing that I don't know if y'all have ever seen me do before. I'm sure you haven't. I interrupt him while he's trying to tell me what he's decided, because another thought popped up. And he takes that information in really fast and then clearly changes his mind. Clearly, like he was going to say A, and now I added this thought, he's going to say B.
D.
No, you haven't done that yet. You're about to see some silly conflict, because he is clearly in a mood. Okay, so he was going to say A. I interrupted, blurted out some new information about what I was thinking, about what I wanted. So he changes what was going to be choice A to choice B in my favor. And my brain can't handle it. So I'm like, no, but what do you want? And he goes, we're going to do this. I'm like, yeah, but you're choosing that for me. What do you want? Because I don't actually care. If I cared, I would have said, hey, please, can we do this thing? I don't care what the outcome is. What do you want? And he goes, well, this is fine. And anybody who knows what I'm about to say, this is fine is, to me, code for, I guess I'll live with it. I didn't get what I wanted, but it's fine. And my submissive self cannot handle it. So then we end up, I think 5 minutes last time, going back and forth. Now, could JB shut it down with one Dom look and an exasperated tone? Yes, he could. If he got like genuinely serious with me, he would hurt my feelings, but he could shut it down. But I don't know if you're having a good time in these interactions. I don't know if you're letting off some of your own steam and frustration, but we genuinely went back and forth, and I just kept going, but I want whatever you want. Let me give you what you want.
And what I want is what you want, damn it.
Except that's not what he said. He just kept going, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. What do you want, my darling Daddy Dom, who is the decider of all things? And yes, anybody who's about to like try to talk sense over here, of course, if he said that's what he wanted, then that's what he wanted because he's the decider. I know. But I'm also paying enough attention to know he changed his mind, and I want him to get exactly what he wants. I do not want to be an influence on that, except in the times I do want to influence it. This isn't one of those times. How do those... I sound like a crazy person, whatever. I know.
You are.
I am. It's part of my charm. When we're in those moments, how are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's going through your...
Oh, I love it.
Do you? I'm almost in tears sometimes. I'm not frustrated in an angry way, but I'm like I just want to do what you want to do.
I know this is probably going to drive you nuts when I say it, but I feel when we're doing that, I'm in my element.
That makes sense. Is it your Dom element, your sadist element, or your bratty element?
All of the above.
Oh my God.
All of the above, because when we're in that kind of mode, I can exercise all those things.
So you can see my brain melting down over
it's
fine, and
how far can I get it to melt?
So we haven't talked about this in I think probably years. But what I'm hearing is I keep being mind fucked and not knowing I'm mind fucked, and now I'm realizing in this moment with an audience that you mind fuck me in these situations. You look so proud of yourself. You look so proud of yourself. Oh my God. Oh my God. So what would I have to do for you to know you've gone too far? Do I need to I would not, because I can't, but I have to break down in tears? Would I have to get legitimately angry?
Safe word.
What? You should have sent me a memo. So, I mean, so when you tell me it's fine, you know it's fine is making me crazy.
Of course.
Okay, so thinking back to that last little back and forth, right? Mm-hmm. That silly little conflict that wasn't really conflict. What did you actually genuinely want in that? Did you want the suggestion I made? Or were you so ambivalent to either one? It was oh, this is an opportunity to have fun.
No, I actually... I actually did want what you wanted at the time.
You couldn't just tell me? You had to mind fuck me?
Come on, it was a lot more fun that way.
For who? Oh, God, we know for who. For you. For you. I'm so glad I could be a source of fun and amusement for you. I live to serve. I live to serve. I live to serve.
For all the grief that you give me.
I mean, I'm not going to say I don't give you grief.
Yeah.
But my grief comes in a ultimately you're going to get what you want. And I'm trying to nudge you. That's the second one we're about to do. I'm trying to nudge you to that point.
Yeah.
So before I knew I was being mind fucked. Here's the thing. I have no doubt that minimum half the people listening went, he's mind fucking her, the moment I described it and explained it. I just need to know that some people out there did not know until he admitted it. So I know I'm not alone. Okay. We've talked about that before. It's your power over me has the potential for a lot of danger. Thank God you are who you are and our relationship is what it is, because I believe every word that comes out of your mouth. The only time I don't is if I see the sadistic little sparkle in your eye and I go, wait, are you fucking with me? But he tells me a thing and I go, clearly, that is fact. And I will deal with that information however I deal with it. It literally never fucking occurs to me that you are mind fucking me. Never. 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 I am the little duckling following him wherever, whatever path we're fucking on. I mean, until I veer off the path and he's like, get your ass back here, or follows me. But you know what I meant. Because before I knew I was being mindfucked, I was thinking of it, from my perspective at least, as I desperately want to give you what you want. And I feel like I am somehow not doing that.
Oh, but you are.
Now I know. Now I know. Oh my God. I am so glad I could be both a source of amusement for you and for everybody else out there going, oh Lord, I can't believe she didn't see that one. Oh my God. So for anybody who's like, I don't like to do this, and how can I be my bratty self or my sadistic self as a dom without like doing things I don't want to do? This, just mind fuck your partner. Just fucking mind fuck them. With their own my trust in you is what allows you to mind fuck me.
Yes.
My absolute utter belief in you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And you have no compunction. You're like, yeah, I know. I'm using that to my
Yeah.
So X in the live stream, I'm going to read what Silent said earlier because that was on point too. But X said in the live stream, desperately trying to give him what he wants while simultaneously giving him exactly what he wants. Yeah. God damn it. No, but Silent, thank you. This is a wonderful description. Silent in the live stream chat said there are two crows in Kayla's brain. One is a people pleaser and the other has ADHD and they cannot stop screaming at each other. And then she goes, and clearly JB is standing between them with a bag of peanuts.
Peanut pew, peanut pew, peanut pew, peanut pew. What I'm about to say, I'm not saying to take away your fun. Have your fucking fun. Here's the thing. Here's what will happen. We will have this conversation. I feel a way right now. Foolish is what I feel. And it's funny, and I know it is. And then give it a week or two, we will be in that same back and forth. I'll just be frustrated going, but I want to give you what you want. And he'll go, but that's fine. Just to watch me get spun up. I will forget every time. Folks, how many years have we been sitting in front of these mics?
10.
Okay. And how many
9.5.
How many times have I said I live for that back and forth
I know,
between us?
but you speak to me, you say words to me about your wants or your thoughts or your beliefs or I believe you without question. If you keep, if you were looking at me like that, podcast listeners, I wish you could have seen that little sparkle in his eye. It was a devious sparkle. If you look at me like that, yes, I'm going to go, wait, something's up here. He's having way too much fun. But have you ever noticed, and I'm sure you have.
Maybe I should learn to play poker.
Probably. Well, I don't know. You'd get proud of yourself and the evil glint would be in your eye.
That's
I'm
true.
not sure you have. You do with me, but I think you have a poker face with me because I'm not always paying that much attention. I'm doing several things at once. My mind is in several places at once. But I think that's the other part. When we start having these back and forths of what do you want to do? What do you make a decision between A and B? And I clearly want B. And I don't know that you clearly want B either. You're fucking with me. I'm usually doing something else. And so I'm not focusing on you until I get to that point of frustration. Do you remember? I swiveled my chair around. And I was like, but what do you want?
Right. Excuse me, folks.
Don't hurt yourself. Okay. So now that we've all learned that Kayla can be mind-fucked way too easily, or reminded, some of y'all already knew, you've been here for these moments. Okay, this one happened last night, and I went, ooh, you have to attempt to remember this until the next morning to write it down. So, look. I know what this is going to sound like when I describe it. I want to go on the record that I do not consider myself a brat. I want that as not a label I use for myself. no matter how this sounds to anybody out there. So first of all, I have to set the scene for you for where this specific example comes from. It is not the only way this happens. It's just the most recent, and it's top of mind. So I think we've mentioned this in episodes in the past. Mm-hmm. By the time we go to bed, and it's like we're reading at night before we go to sleep, right? By the time we have put all devices away, we're not reading, we're genuinely kind of laying down in that last little moment before we finally go, let's try to go to sleep. We turn the sleep story on, that kind of thing. We lay there, and it's this intimate, like, moment of quiet closeness. We're together. And I can't handle that, so I get zoomies. If I don't get zoomies,
yes,
I'm sick or I'm exhausted from the day, emotionally or physically. So most of the time, I get zoomies. I feel like do you remember the time I explained what budgie budgie was?
Yeah.
This is how I feel like I'm a crazy person trying to explain our crazy shit to people. Okay. So we mostly sleep naked. I always run hot. JB always runs cold. We have this little ritual we do where I put my humidities on him because he's cold and these girls are warm. Okay, it's the furnace under there. So we're very pressed up against one another.
Try to cool the nuclear reactor.
We're very pressed up against one another, and I get my zoomies, and so I get wiggly and I move around. And for a long time, that was just what I did. He might go, "Calm down, baby girl. Just, It's time to sleep." He might get say something verbally, and I would mostly listen. And then at some point, semi-recently, he started doing this thing where he would just wrap his arm around and pin me to the bed. Fucking hell, I love that shit. That was happening at around the time we were kind of starting to reconnect, right? Because you were feeling playful again, and you were kind of getting a little rougher than you had been, which I fucking love. I don't love being tied up with ropes, but you want to pin me down in a way where I can still breathe so I don't get claustrophobic and panic. I'm here for it. Well, I might sometimes be somebody who has to push against the boundaries that have been set up for her. So I will get wiggly until he pins me down. And then I'll keep wiggling just to see what he's going to do. I understand how that makes me sound. That is still not a label I use for myself. So last night, this is our routine. And I can tell when he's not in the mood, he's really tired. I might get zoomies, but we're not playing.
We'll just shut it down.
Right. But last night, I'm wiggling, and he pins me. And then he lets up, and I wiggle and wiggle. And I'm like, exaggerated. Oh, yeah. It's clear what I'm doing. I can't mind fucking anybody, okay? I know. I've somehow become an octopus in the bed. Where did she get all these limbs? Why are they all moving? But it's obvious what I'm doing. I can't mind fuck shit, okay? He knows what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. He does not pin me down. I almost start crying. He's like, "What is wrong?" And I said, "Yes, I'm clearly doing this so you will pin me down. And when you don't pin me down, I think you don't care about me." So I hurt my own fucking feelings. That's why it's a silly little conflict. Clearly one-sided. Here's what I liked about it. I was able to give clear communication on a thing that was, look, when I say bothering, I mean on the level of it really is not a bother. It's more of I kind of wish that had gone different, right? It's not a real concern. It's not a real problem. But I was a little bothered by it. And there are certain things I'm not good at communicating. I have to make myself do it. But when we have these moments, I do find I am communicating better because I think it's because I was in baby girl mode. I mean, even my voice was looser, more relaxed. And did I pout and whine? Of course I did. So just to clarify, do not consider myself a brat. We were doing a simple cause and effect here, okay? I wiggle, he pins. I wiggle, he pins. This is what I like. The zoomies have to be contained somehow so we can both sleep. And then he interrupted the pattern, and I didn't like that. So here's...
Can't give them what they want all the time.
Yes, you can! try to give you what you want when you let me.
But this is different.
I know. I don't like it. So, that was a moment where you were not play acting. You found that highly amusing. That was hilarious to you. But I'm curious, mostly because I like to like peek into the mind of a dominant that I clearly do not understand because I can't even tell when I'm being mindfucked. What are you thinking about in those moments? Is it just a teasing, playful thing, or is there like a process in your brain that's like...
It's a teasing, playful thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's really what it comes down to. Mm-hmm. And the most that's going on in my head is, how far can I take this?
Oh my God. Yeah. My edge of the cliff is way further back than your edge of the cliff. But you know what that is? It's because I don't want genuine conflict. Mm-hmm. I'm not good at the back and forth of even pretend superficial, playful arguing. That's a thing that I kind of, I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing my brain is just pushing back against. I don't know if it's an anxiety thing. Like, I don't know where it's happening in my body, but my body is like, danger, danger, do not push too hard. And what I'm hearing is...
Well, dangerous for you.
Yeah, but I'm my brain or my body or my whatever is interpreting it as literal, real danger and not playful danger.
Gotcha.
But that's also because, this is one that didn't make the list, but it's very true. Depending on my headspace... And so I can't ever predict if I'll react this way. Sometimes he can give me the Dom voice, and I kind of turn into a pouty teenager. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. I'm not dumb enough to let him hear me mumble to myself. And sometimes I push. I'm not reading the room well, and I push, and you give me... Right, you... And it's
poking the bear now,
right? And it's so. Here's what's funny. This is my problem with conflict, and I'm pretty sure we did an episode on conflict, maybe a few episodes. Anyway, I'm so conflict averse that even though my logical, rational brain goes, he does not hate you, he's not genuinely angry with you. He would only be angry with you if you kept pushing. You're not actually in any danger. My anxiety leaps up like I'm being chased by lions, okay, across the savannah. And that is the thing. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to do the back and forth, push and pull as far to the edge as you're able to take it, because all of this personality really cannot be contained. And I know it's a lot. I needed a microphone and a 10-year-long podcast to get some of it out, okay? So I don't actually trust that I won't push too hard and I won't get angry Daddy Dom or annoyed Daddy Dom. And the part of me that is the good girl...
You have experienced that a few times.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Like... Look, this is really a conversation for a therapist, I'm aware, but I spent all of my formative years, all of my childhood through teenage years, into college, desperately not wanting to be in trouble, not wanting to be perceived as a problem. And so, here I am at the ripe old age of 45, and I'm
here I come along.
I know, and you'd think I'd be desensitized to it. No, Silent's right. There are two crows, and one is a people pleaser, and I don't even know sometimes how to handle your playful annoyance when you're not even being sharp. You're just you're playing, and I'm like, I'm gonna be unloved forever. Oh God. I know that's not true. Tell my lizard brain that. And so I was proud of myself when I just said to you, when you don't do the thing, it hurts my feelings. He's a very giving Dom. He immediately pinned me down, and I was like, thank you. Could you put some more weight there? I could use it. Wrap your leg over something.
But, I got to keep you on your toes. If I do it every time, you come to expect it.
I feel like I live my whole life on my toes. I feel like the universe is doing a good enough job of keeping me on my toes.
Toes like that? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
I don't care what position you keep me in other than that. If it's, head down, ass up, it'll be good. If it's flat on my back, it'll still be good. I just don't know if on my toes is where I need to be all the time. Could that be the whiny little baby girl speaking? Maybe.
Excuse me.
But I do, part of this is how we've kind of always been. We've had these sort of back and forths. Not real conflicts, but playful, but still having there's a slight edge of right, whatever. I don't know what that facial expression was. Podcast listeners, I could not describe it to you. I don't know what I was thinking. There we are. It's more prevalent and noticeable now because it had been
so long.
It had been so long since it was genuinely lighthearted. Like we are gonna make each other laugh. Yeah. We're gonna do a little bit of a push and pull. All of that's always gonna be there. But I don't think it's been as playful, which is why I haven't clocked it. I haven't thought about it as something different.
That is something I have noticed between us recently, that we get into these little episodes maybe, and a few times we've laughed so hard lost our breath.
Oh my God, recently, I'm of a life experience and age where I can't laugh too hard, sneeze too hard, or do a lot too hard. I'm about to pee on myself.
Challenge accepted.
Right. No. Exactly. And we have I am absolutely that person who is, especially if we're standing, I'm bent over laughing. I also have to go, stop. I'm about to pee on myself. And I'm like clenching. I'm kegeling for my fucking life. So yeah. I think that in the past little bit, when we've been this way, because we are this way, there's been a little bit more of a tinge of real frustration. So it was never an actual argument, actual conflict, but it wasn't fun to think about it and talk about later because there was still the kind of aspect. Okay, this third one, this is the last one I've got, unless something comes to your mind that we've gone through recently. No. This one happens almost every fucking day. Yeah. And it sometimes does carry a little bit of genuine frustration because we are on the verge of arguing for no fucking reason. Like, it's not even playful. It's like, why are we fussing at one another? And that is, whatever conversation we're talking about, whatever conversation we're having, a decision will need to be made or a plan of action. There will be some action that comes from what we're talking about. Maybe it's a thing we already know we're going to do and we're trying to game out the details. Maybe it's a decision that has to be made. I don't know. Because it happens in every facet of every fucking thing we do together. We will be talking about it. I think I recognize this more than you do. Okay. I will recognize that I am saying, using different words, basically the same thing that JB is saying. But I'm structuring it a little bit different. I'm coming at a slightly different viewpoint. I am on step 3 and he was still talking about step 1. It could be anything. And next thing I know, he's getting that sharp tone that I fundamentally fucking hate. Okay. Fight, flight, or freeze. Well, now I'm fighting. Okay. And he, JB will get a little defensive because he is hearing something that's not what I'm trying to convey. And so I have to go, whoa. We agree. Why are we fussing? And he always comes back with, I don't know. Happened today.
Yep, this morning.
This morning. Can't remember what the hell we were talking about.
Either.
And that's the beauty of those kinds of things. They're so nonsensical, unimportant. I don't remember.
They're such stupid, insignificant,
and they're silly
things. Yeah.
We absolutely do have disagreements and arguments and even shouting fights. Thankfully, that's very rare. Yeah. They're about real things. And even if I can't remember the details afterwards, I remember the topic, right? I remember what was going on and how we got there. These small things, either we end up laughing afterwards, either just at ourselves or like at the situation, or we kind of bluster and then we move on. They never stick in my brain. Never, 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 never. Only that the fact of them, that push and pull, that I'm trying to get a reaction. You're not giving me my reaction. I'm trying to get a reaction, right? Those kinds of things. Or this one. This one is probably of the three the most actually genuinely frustrating, because I don't like to be misunderstood. I don't know if anybody's noticed around here how I am an over-explainer, and every thought has a parenthetical to explain some backstory to the thought. That I speak the way I write. So I kind of know where that one comes from. It's one, I don't want the conflict. We already know. So I'm sensing conflict, but I'm like, why is there conflict? We're agreeing. We agree. But then there's also the and I know it drives you genuinely crazy. I over explain because I think you must be misunderstanding me. You're not getting my point. Now that is a time when you'll use your Dom voice to shut it down, and my feelings genuinely are hurt because I'm like, but I had a little bit more I needed to say, and what if he doesn't understand and he is having this response based on a thing he thought I said? Yes, I know I need a therapist. Whatever. Anyway, so that one does carry a genuine edge of frustration, but it does depend on it's context dependent. If we were laughing and joking and then found ourselves in that silly little back and forth, what are we arguing about? I can, even if you get sharp, I can laugh it off. But if it's been a really serious, tense moment and we've led into it, then it's not fun. Then it's not silly. It's silly in the sense of why? What is happening? This is unnecessary. But it's not like silly, like, oh, I'm giggling about this now. And I just want to do things that make me laugh about it later. That's what I want. We don't get what we want. I know, but that's what I want. So yeah. Here's the thing. Does this conversation have an absolute point? No. I know. We needed lighthearted. And I basically am throwing this out here so that so I know somebody, it might be one out of however many of you there are, somebody can relate. Somebody has had their own similar experience and it's like, yeah, that happens to us too, maybe in a slightly different way. I just need to know I'm not alone. And if you are recognizing any of this in your own self, you're not alone. And I'm glad I could give that to you, because sometimes I'll walk around here going, am I in crazy town? More so than I'm obviously in crazy town. Like, are we in crazy town together? What is happening here? The more serious version of the we're saying, making the same point, saying it differently, and think we're in conflict, is the one, and we have talked about this before, where we get into an unnecessary argument and we both agree on the outcome, but moods got heated, and I'll kind of yell out in the middle, you know, we're supposed to like one another. We're on the same team here.
What?
So for somebody who is extremely conflict averse, I will do that. I think it's a sense of safety thing. I don't know. I don't know what it is, because it fluctuates. It shifts. Like some days I'm on it and I can just tell you what needs to be told to you. And other days I just can't. But yeah. So those are some of our very silly little conflicts that are mostly, the first two definitely are about our power exchange. Yeah. There's no real point other than somebody out there can commiserate, and I'm not the only crazy person. Yep. We're all crazy here, but at least I'm not alone in this part of my crazy is what I'm saying.
No.
I told you this would be short. We just needed to laugh.
Yeah. Yep.
We just needed to laugh. Anyway.
It's fun.
Is it?
Mm.
Is it?
Yes.
So I guess we'll just keep the hilarity going and go into a bonus section. I got nothing to add to any of that, y'all. I'm emptied out. I didn't know it could happen. Here we go. 428 episodes later, I could actually just hit a point where I had nothing else to say about a topic.
Wow.
I think it's because I didn't think there was a point. I was just having fun.
All right. So, are we good?
I don't know. keep it kinky, y'all. And we'll see you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy.
Yes, baby girl.
Your fellow dom and sadist is petitioning for an extended bonus section. It's not me asking.
That's true.
It's somebody that, you're on kind of a similar level with, and I know you respect a lot, and they have suggested it.
I see that. That could be a possibility.
Sometimes you have to give the people what they want. I'm just saying. I don't know that we got enough to talk about to justify an extended bonus section. We can give the Lola update.
Yep. Lola had her appointment at the
ophthalmologist. That's okay. I'll say it for you.
Thank you.
It's a service I provide.
And we did get. They had to get her on a scale.
Yeah.
And it was. She cooperated. She is down to 78 pounds.
And really closer to 77.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
so she is
slowly but surely.
Now you're starting to lose some of that weight.
She's got a little waistline and her back hips. It's adorable.
Yep. And as they should have, the vet tech and the doctor fell in love with her.
How could you not? Also, she did look pitiful because even though I've never been to a vet specialist before. It's either been a busy vet's office or the busy vet's ER office, right?
Yeah.
Where it's all chaos all the time. This place was quiet. We were, to our knowledge, the only ones there. There was not a lot of noise going on. Very, very calm place. And she took one sniff around and went, fuck this shit. And we were dragging her down the hallway. Now, did I go grab out of like the little jar thing they have on their desk, a treat, hold it in front of her nose so she could sniff it and like inch towards the exam room, and she kind of followed
we
me.
just need to get a stick to attach to
literal
her harness with
a
treat hanging off of it. Yeah, like carrot on a stick. So as Silent asked if there's a goal weight. When we adopted her, she was what, 60?
She was 57 pounds.
57.
She needs, what the vet told us at the time is she needs to stay between about 55 and 65 to be at her healthy weight.
Yeah. And she's getting there. And I have noticed now, and I was kind of thinking that there was weight, dropped, and because I did see her, moving around and jumping up and down the couch a little easier.
I think if she was more active, the weight loss would. I mean, I think that's true of everybody in this household. If we were more active, that would be a little easier.
And Susan asked, "There's eye doctors for dogs?"
Apparently, yes.
They do dogs, cats, horses,
right? And apparently even like small pets and non-mammalian pets.
Yeah.
But ultimately, what they decided is they do not recommend surgery for her right now.
He said she does not have the entropion.
No, but he also said that the thing she does have this haze over her eye. We're going to try to prevent a thing that can occur called bulla. Anybody who's a vet person maybe knows stuff that I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they're bubbles that can actually like appear in like her eyeball, and if that occurs, she could potentially need surgery. But he's like, she's been really lucky with her eyes so far, because we were explaining how long her eye had been this way. He's like, they haven't formed yet, the bulla, whatever they're called. We're gonna do the drops in her eye to try to prevent them, and if it prevents them over the next 6 months, then you're probably out of the woods and should be fine.
Okay.
So yeah, she gets to live with eye drops.
And as for the haze clearing up, it may not.
Yeah, he even said our goal is not to clear up the haze in her eye; it's to make sure these little bubble things don't form. And it's eye drops twice a day for 6 months.
And he stated, because I did ask, there was nothing apparently painful.
Yeah.
For about with any of this. She is not blind in the eye. He said she still has sight in the eye. It's just slightly hazed.
And he said it's mostly going to be hazed in bright light. He's like, in dark light, when her eyes like dilate and the pupils get really big, there's less of a haze. There's more pupil than there is haze.
Right.
And this was fascinating. I was like, I love it when they explain shit
Yeah.
so you can kind of understand it.
I liked him.
He goes, in bright light, those pupils get smaller. He's like, well, then there's more of the haze is covering. He said it's probably more like if you go into a room where there's condensation and fog after a hot shower. He's like, she can see, but it's going to be a little foggy, a little blurry. I'm like, okay.
Now he, they, I want to say this about the vet tech there. She was familiar with pitties.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And anytime before she would do anything with Lola, like she had to take some pictures of Lola and get some pictures of the eye. She let her sniff the camera.
Everything she did, she let her sniff it first.
Everything she did, she let her sniff it first. And I'm thinking, yeah.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it,
I think Lola really wanted to like them.
Yeah.
Because they're vet people. They're good with animals. They've had us at ease.
Yeah.
But she was just like, I hate this place and everything about it. I can smell the fear.
Well, she has been dragged around
I know.
to a lot of different appointments, and there's going to be one more coming up.
Yeah, we're going to go back to getting her allergy shots. There's a good chance that some of the problems she's experienced with her eye, because it was not the entropion with the eyelids and the eyelashes that it was not that. There's a good chance that some of the injury to her eye came from scratching because of allergies. So, fun times there. But yeah, they were really nice. It was not your typical vet experience, no chaos. But also when I paid the bill, I went, oh, that's right. This is a specialist.
Yep.
These are specialist prices.
Yeah. So one of the questions he did ask too over there, he goes, you wouldn't happen to have any other animals at home, do you?
2 ornery cats.
So he said there is a possibility. At this point they do not know for sure.
It's too old, too far back.
He thinks there may be a possibility that something poked into her eye, like a sharp, like
a cat scratch
club, and it did not do serious damage. It didn't go deep enough to do serious damage.
He kept saying, but she is so lucky. She is so lucky.
Right. So So what? It could have been caused from her playing with her toys. The way she gets very aggressive.
She does
with some of her toys.
And I egg her on. I go, kill it.
I know, I do too. Yeah. So that's kind of.
She gave JB side eye for the whole rest of the day.
Oh my God! When we got home, she did not want to come right in the house. She wanted to stay outside. She was so pissed at me.
I don't know why she's not pissed at me. I'm there too.
She was so pissed at me. Kayla went in the house. And I was like, okay, I'm going to let her, walk a little bit. No. You know what she did? She walked out into the middle of our street and lay down. Just lay down. I'm not moving.
You can't make me.
And nope, that's where
she became an immovable object.
Yep.
Now, the one thing it was heartbreaking, but it was also super sweet. So at the vet in the exam room, they had this bench-like seat that might have been a little smaller in length as like a love seat or something, right? There was only 1.5 foot amount, 18 inches max space between me and JB. When they started coming at her eyes to put drops in, to look at them, to get close, she jumped up in between this team. She's like her mom. She's big boned. So she ain't a small girl. No. She wedged herself in between us and then hid her face like at the back of this kind of wannabe couch thing. And, they were able to manipulate her head safely so they could look at her eyes. And she refused to be away from us so bad that even as her ass started to fall off the side, because there literally was not enough room for her, she, front legs just kept herself up.
I had to put an arm under her butt.
And then when she finally hit her, I cannot take this another fucking second moment, she
pushed herself behind
me. So I was just sitting on the edge and she was pushing her weight into me. I don't know if it was a comfort thing or is it get the fuck off this couch, this is mine, or if I stay close to you they can't find me. I don't know what it was.
Right.
But I was like, okay, she doesn't hate us. She thinks we're safe for her. She wants to hide behind us, but Yeah, and it just breaks your heart because they're being kind to her, and they were in the tech was even like, we're not gonna, there's no shots, we're not even taking temperature, we're just concerned with the eye.
Right.
And so we understood as human beings, right? Yeah. What it was fine, but she was so stressed out. She was like, I don't want to be here. I hate everything about this. We walked into the lobby. The lobby looked like a human medical doctor's office. It was very a specialist's office, specialty office. Yeah. What are words? I don't know. Like very nice. And we were the only ones in there. She immediately noped out and went and put her nose on the glass door to walk out. She's like, we walked in this way. We can walk out this way.
Always the way out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Look, she got a treat afterwards. Okay?
Yes, she did.
She did. She got some munchkins from Dunkin'. And they gave us too many, so we also got some munchkins from Dunkin'.
Yeah.
But
so that's kind of where Lola's at. And what else?
I didn't announce it because it's almost over as of day of recording. By the time most people hear or watch this, it will be over. Kinkery's been having a sale, and you've been like running around chicken with the head cut off kind of mode to get the restocks done. It's been, it's been good for those who can, are like, I'll buy some new toys right now while the world's on fire. But that's taken up a lot of my time. Okay, I'm only going to talk about this because I have bitched about this in the past, and I was sort of pleasantly surprised. I had my annual well woman visit where they, they root around up there and make sure all is well. First, I don't usually have anxiety over going to the doctor. Like, I mean, a gynecologist appointment is not the most fun, okay? I don't, but I'm usually fine. Something about it had me very anxious. I think it was because I really don't vibe with this doctor, and every other appointment prior, I have felt like I've had to fight for the treatment that, I think I need. I mean, I defer to a doctor's expertise, but it's like, everything I'm learning, can I try this, please, right? And she's done it for me. And this time I walked in, they already had my prescriptions ready. We didn't even have to discuss whether I needed them. I was like, oh, clearly you need them. She actually knew what she was in there for to do with me. I didn't have to remind her 3 times like I have done in the past. We are still not in the same, we don't have the same vibe, but it was such a much more pleasant experience. And here's what I realized, and it's a thing that I think people know, but you don't think about. Every other visit I'd had with her was before a knee surgery she desperately needed. She was willing to, she had to be out of work for 2 or 3 months for this knee surgery. And I'm guessing that she was probably stressed, probably in pain, very uncomfortable prior to all that. She told me, knee surgery went really well. Yes, because it's like talking to a completely different person. Okay. And I was like, okay, that is the power of having pain, stress, and or worry alleviated a little bit, because she was, and hell, maybe the couple months off to just get away from it all helped as well. I don't know. But yeah, it was straightforward. I didn't have to tell her 85 times what was happening and why we were there. She actually I'd had blood work done in December, and normally she would just look at the most recent blood work and never compare it to anything and go, well, it looks kind of okay to me. And I'd have to go, well, I was looking at the history of blood work and this. I mean, you have to advocate for yourself, sure, but I should not be talking more doctor speak than the doctor. And this time it just wasn't like that. But I had gotten myself so worked up and so just on edge about the whole thing that by the time I got home, we ended up running more errands after that. I fell apart. It's like my brain has not caught up with the fact that we are not in fact being chased by wild animals. And I built it up, and then it was anticlimactic, and I think I didn't know what to do next. Oh my God. I was like, Silent asks, they're still poking around up there post-hysterectomy? Yes. Not. Okay, so anybody who has ever had a pap smear, had a speculum placed in places that speculums can go, My exam, since I now have no uterus and no cervix, is not as uncomfortable, physically uncomfortable, and not quite as invasive. Like, that speculum didn't have to hang out there for 5 minutes, right? There were no cotton swabs going up there and zhuzhing around. There was an exam, but yeah, it was from my perspective, mild compared to pre-hysterectomy surgery.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, for anybody who's like, I didn't need to know that much about the vagina. Well, we all get to learn around here, okay? Y'all have to know that if I'm an oversharer when I am comfortable. If I had been getting periods this whole time that y'all have known me in this way, y'all have heard way too much about my periods too. I would tell you when I had cramps and was cranky. I would not hide that shit. Because if I have to live with it, so does every fucking body else. But you have never known me. Well, the amount of time you've known me, I've never had a period.
Correct.
Yeah. You don't know how happy you should be about that. Woo! Woo! So, yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, and I had health concerns, and she actually addressed them in a coherent way and gave me a plan. I was of action, and I was like, okay, look at you doctoring over here. We're still two very different people, right? Like, we would not interact if we did not have this professional relationship. But yeah, it was much better. Yeah. So that was nice. Mm-hmm. Pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
And she's so funny. Well woman exam under U.S. health insurance laws, you're not supposed to be charged for. It's preventative. You don't get billed for it. Except, because of course there's fucking loopholes. If they have to diagnose you with something or write a brand new prescription for you, or discuss any health concerns, then they have to bill for that. And she found something, and I'm not talking about it. It's fine. It's nothing serious. I just don't want to talk about it. She found something. She's like, oh, I found that. I'm diagnosing that. She's going to get billed, isn't she? And the note taker's like, she's going to get billed. I was like, thanks for caring. Thanks for caring. I appreciate it. So, yeah. Yeah, it was really weird. I walked in expecting one thing, completely different outcome, and then just kind of emotionally collapsed. We're driving down the road running errands, and I'm like, tears are just streaming. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm crying. I just need to release the pressure, I think. It was weird. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think we're finally going to be on the next step on the replace the kitchen floor saga.
Yes.
The money is finally going to be, it looks like, back in our hands tomorrow. So we could go to the bank and go, here, hold our money for us.
Mm-hmm. Then we got to find a contractor.
Then we got to find a contractor. Mm-hmm.
And I have thoughts, so I want to talk to you about that.
Okay, cool. This is on top of, we have to deal with the RAV. Mm-hmm. And you know, I did the research. You got the next step, so I've thrown that to you. Mm-hmm. But we're under an artificial deadline because we want to get it taken care of and off our insurance before
it
the next payment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then there's just always something.
You know, I tell you, I think the RAV knows because I moved it yesterday.
Mm-hmm. It ran just fine, didn't it?
No.
Oh no, it was bad.
Yeah.
Oh no! I figured it'd start like running like a champ for you. It's like, don't get rid of me. No, I like it here.
Yeah, well, I wish I didn't have to, but yeah. No, it went after I started it. Mm-hmm. Did not sound good.
Yeah.
Did not sound good.
We're gonna get creative at some point, I'm sure, about not just having the Corolla, because that's gonna be interesting when you gotta go to the sawmill. We know that wood can fit in there. He did the test for it. I tested it. Yep. But it that's not. You don't usually see a Corolla rock up to
No. Vans and pickups or SUVs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's kind of in the back country a little bit, and you don't you drive down a little lane, and then you kind of go off road on the grass.
It's a dirt driveway. That's about
And you come off the driveway because you drive across the grass.
Yeah.
Right. The Corolla. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that, and we've, we're talking about doing some more yard work, stuff around the house that needs to be done.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing we're working towards and might be doing, getting tree work done around here. So that will be get estimates for. Oh God.
when we first moved in here, I had somebody come in and professionally do all the trees, and they did a really, really fine job of it. And I have been able to keep up with it, for the most part, and keep it, maintained. But now it's back to that point that kind of need a professional to come in with their cherry pickers and stuff and get up there. And
there's a lot of fucking adulting in this home ownership thing.
There is.
Look, I am grateful that we have the luxury, truly, of owning our own home. Yeah. However, that luxury is then balanced out by the, oh my God, that has to be done too.
And yet the oldest is now finding out how when things break down in a rented apartment, that maintenance is not going to be right there.
No. I don't think he's had the experience yet, but he will probably at some point have the experience of, we came out to look at that broken thing, but we basically just, put some duct tape and spit on it. It'll hold together. You'll call us when it breaks again, but we're not putting any actual funds into truly fixing this. Yeah, he's having that kind of. But I still just revel in those moments where he looks at me and goes, I can't believe I wanted to be an adult this bad, this soon. What the hell was I thinking? And I'm like, we tried to tell you.
You didn't believe us.
There's some things you just got to discover for yourself. So, yeah.
Tasha, I like that. Home ownership is a fight against entropy. Yeah. I like that. It's true.
I say let the land take it back. Just let Mother Nature have it, okay? Let the ivy grow over the house. I'll turn this into a cave. I'll just stay in here and never leave. Have the, delivery drivers throw packages out and, cut my way out with a machete to just let it go back to the land. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I think that right now it's hard to be like, oh, we've got this. Or we haven't even had a chance to talk about, like, doing more things purposefully and specifically towards our power exchange because it's fucking adult life bullshit.
There's been a lot of adulting lately. Yes, there has. But we're getting shit done.
We are getting shit done. And it is a nice feeling to finally get shit done.
And we're moving forward on many things. So, I feeling more and more in a good place.
Yeah, you were definitely steadier and calmer and yeah, I'm the one struggling, not because there's, life is bad or anything. It's just it's a little too chaotic and I can't settle and I just want to do the things I want to do in the way I want to do them, when I want to do them, on my own time with no disruptions. That's all I want. But
yeah.
So
and
I don't have anything else.
About it for me. I mean, I've been.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. No.
I'm just playing with my hair now. Podcast listeners, I'm sorry you don't get to see that because I'm sure it's scintillating. All that being said, this was not really an extended bonus section. Sorry. We're a little too boring right now. So I guess we should go. Yeah. I think there's things you wanted to do.
There are.
I'm positive there are things I'm supposed to be doing.
There are.
Do I remember what they are? No, I don't. That's what to-do lists are for. Did I write a to-do list? No, I did not.
What? What?
So we're going to go. We will see y'all next week.
Yep.
And that's all I got to say about that. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.